You're right guys, it's Capcom Tom here and welcome to episode number 5 of The Path to Paris. Now you may have remembered at the end of the last episode we ended up getting disconnected from our game that we had actually won 3-0 in the last seconds as we were about to return to the main menu, which meant we got a loss and our DNF has gone down, which is a bit of a problem, but it's not too much of an issue, you know, as long as we keep on playing well and we go forward from this point onwards. Now if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go and check out futcoinemporium.com. Their link will be down in the description. A fast, cheap and reliable coin service. Now we're going to touch on an issue that I brought up in the last episode, and that is with the team. Now the main problems are fitness related and also position related. So we have 2 strikers. That's not enough to rotate players unless we switch to a 1 up top formation. We're also not going to get a left mid for a long time, because let's face it, the only left mid for PSG is Lavezzi, and he's very expensive. He's around 30k, so it's going to take us some time to get to him. Also, the strikers, we can't bring another one in because the next striker we're going to probably buy is Cavani, and he's going for a whole ton of coins. So I went through all the formations to have a look at which ones were viable. There's the 4-3-1-2 because that doesn't have wingers, so that we don't need Lavezzi. But the only problem is it obviously has like a centre forward and 2 strikers, which is a bit of a problem because we don't have any more centre forwards and we don't have, you know, enough strikers. So the one I was looking at in particular was the 4-2-3-1 because it has 3 cams and 2 CDMs. There's a lot of centre or central midfielders for PSG that I could play in those spots, especially since I don't have to have the actual player in the right position. I mean, a centre mid can also play in the CDM slots or the cam positions, so there are enough central midfielders that I could use to actually rotate the squad pretty well. Either that, or I could look at using the 4-1-2-1-2, the second one, because that has 2 centre mids, and obviously then we don't need a left mid. So I want to hear what your thoughts are on this sort of issue. If you've got any good solutions, go away, look at the players I have available to me on FUT Head or whatever, and see if you can come up with a solution for my fitness rotation problems and stuff like that. If you can find a solution, then obviously put it down in the comment section, because I'd love to read about it, because it will help me out a heck of a lot. But at the moment we're just going to stick with our 4-4-2. It's the formations that's working for us. Everyone's saying it's a very, very good formation this year, and we'll just have to keep playing that bronzy left mid for the time being. But you never know, maybe if we get it'll have the same chemistry glitches they had last time, where you could play a left wing back at left mid and you would get full chemistry on him as long as you had like 2 strong links and an orange link. Maybe that's still the case, so we'll go away and try that once we sign our next left back. Anyway, you can see here that we have our silver opponent, and he has a bloody strong team, really strong. It has Wanyama, it has the Akora guy. That's like 120k team at least, if not a lot more. I'd probably say it's almost around the 200k mark. Anyway, we got into a bit of an issue in this game. As soon as it started, it froze, and I went off and sent him a little message to ask him whether he was frozen as well, and he messaged back and he said, well, I got kicked, which means I was stuck on the screen, and when I went back I had to dashboard obviously because it just stuck there for about 10 minutes. I left it for as long as I thought was reasonable, and unfortunately we do end up taking a loss for that. So thanks for that, EA. It looks like you've sorted out all the bugs that were in the game from last year, but you never know, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh and it is just something to do with the pre-release, because this is recorded on the pre-release, although when you're watching this I think that the full game will be out. Anyway, we're going into the second game, the first game that we're hoping to complete in this episode, and we come against a full Leeds team. I thought it may be dangerous because it has some very good players in there and it does have full chemistry. However, we took the lead through Pastore. Fantastic goal from him there. Some step overs to get into space, and then an outside of the foot shot from miles out to score. Really good goal. Unfortunately, just after half time he managed to equalise through Murphy. I thought I put enough pressure on him to actually put him off the shot, but unfortunately it went in anyway. Then this happened, and this is just one of those things that happens way too often on FIFA 14. I heard that the EA are going to bring out some sort of patch to fix the finesse shot problem, but we are yet to see it on the pre-release, so maybe it will be there for you guys when you actually pick up the full game. Anyway, you see here that what happened was he did an over the top ball, paused it, and then the time expired, and yeah, unfortunately I picked up my controller just too late and he managed to make it a 2-goal lead. I actually threw my controller across the room because I was so pissed off, because, you know, I had sort of like quite a bad run of form in the last 3 games. We've lost all 3, and before that we were on a 9-win streak, I think. So it's just very, very frustrating, especially when a lot of those losses weren't my fault. Like, if I hadn't taken those 2 disconnects the 2 games before, I would have, you know, laughed that off. It would have been fine. But I always put a little bit of pressure on myself when I do these sort of like road to glories or road to a certain team, because I show you every single game, and obviously when I show you every single game, I want to play well every single time for you guys, because I don't want to show you shit gameplay. That just defeats the object of the series. Anyway, I thought that the way forward would be to go and shore up our defence, so I went and bought Alex. He's our highest rated signing so far. We got him for like 1,200 coins. Although he's slow, he has absolutely amazing strength. I think it's in the 90s, and as we all know, strength is a very, very big factor on this game, so I'm hoping he's going to do really, really well. Anyway, you can see there his name is going to get the check mark on the checklist, and we can now move on with the episode. Let's hope we can pick up some wins, because I don't want to have to buy any more controllers. Anyway, here we go. We're coming up against Team Baggies, and he is using a Premier League non-rare team, except for his left back, who actually isn't in the Premier League. He plays for Gillingham by the looks of it. But a half decent team, but nothing too special, too spectacular. But you know, his whole team was gold, whereas ours wasn't, and it didn't help that we managed to concede an own goal. One on Jalit there. I think that the fitness issues is starting to get to this team, because they're all so tired, they're making mistakes, and that was pretty much a horrific mistake, or maybe it was my fault, whatever. Anyway, we managed to get back into the game with a cross to Maurice in the 26th minute. Nice back post cross, and the header does end up in the back of the net. And then again we get down through the wings, Digne this time getting up, and it was this time Menez who climbed well to make it 2-1 to us. So I was pretty happy with that. You know, as long as we take away the win, which we ended up doing, I was always going to be happy with the result. So there you go, we end up taking down a 2-1 victory. Means that we are now 10-5 on our record, and I don't want to become too obsessed with the record, but I really want it to be a very good one, because especially at the start of FIFA, you know, you're going to be coming up against a lot more noobs and stuff. So hopefully we'll start picking up more wins and not have any more losses for a little while, so our record will go up. Anyway, we can make another signing, and it is going this time to be Motta. 400 coins we bought him for, 80 rated player. He's Italian, CDM, obviously plays for PSG. Looks pretty good. I mean, his defending stats is 77. I think he's got like 74 dribbling, so very good stats all round. Especially the 82 heading is what I'm looking forward to using in that midfield. Switching around, and for the first time on Path to Paris, we have managed to get green or orange links between every single player. So there you go, pretty happy about that. And you can see that we are going to check Motta off the list as well. Still a few more players to go away and buy on that list, so we will obviously try and pick up on that in the next episode. So we're going to go into our final game, and we are coming up against a pretty dangerous looking Bundesliga team. Now he's got a lot of Borussia Dortmund players in there, he's got a couple of Bayern Munich players in there, so it's not really a Bundesliga team at all. It's just a mix of Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. So he's got Dante, he's got Cruz, he's got Müller, he's got I think it's Pizarro, or was it Mandzukic? I didn't catch it, but you know, he wasn't a very good player, poor guy. Absolutely obliterated him, and the goals just rained in upon him. The worst thing for him was that he really just did not know how to defend the counter-attack. He made it very easy for me to split him open. I know that was a bit of a tramp, but it was 20 minutes in, and I thought, you know, what if he comes back, what if he turns out to be a good player and he's just been playing bad for the first 20 minutes. So I took my chance, but after that I just went on a romp. Maurice in the 40th minute just getting through on goal. You can see that I was up against, it was like 3 versus 1 in that situation. Managed to get a cross and a diving header from Menez there to make it, I believe, 4-0. So we are already looking like we have this result in the bag, which is nice, and we do a lovely little celebration for that one. Then Menez with the skills, trying to get through, and yeah, that's what happened. So people can use the finesse shot against me, but in the same turn of the hand you can also use it against them, which I did there, although he had run his keeper out quite far, which obviously made it a lot easier to score. He managed to get one back in the 74th minute. It was Pizarro that he's using up front, and but I managed to get another one. This time Maurice, he manages to grab himself a hat-trick in the 86th, and then he managed to grab himself one as well. So there you go, the end score is going to be 6-2, and my god, what a game, 8 goals in it, that's absolutely crazy. So Maurice with a hat-trick, Menez with a brace, and Rabiot getting the 6th and final goal for our team. So there you go, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the episode. Obviously, if you could drop it a like, that'd be amazing. Hit 1,000 likes and there'll be another episode tomorrow. We're picking up 760 coins or 69 coins for that win, which is pretty decent. But yeah, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.